Come on in into this space. I welcome you here too. I'm Reverend Israel. I use he, him for pronouns, and I'm the minister of this church. I invite you all to take a moment now to enter into this virtual space of worship where we turn our attention to the things that matter to us. And let's think of today as a holy, sacred hour of Sabbath. To practice the idea of Sabbath is to stop and be still and find the time and the space to notice how things truly are in the world. Sabbath tells us that there's nothing that we need to create or do or make, but rather we just stop and we are, and we marvel at the beauty and the miracle that it means to be alive, the beauty and the miracle of the world as it is, that it even exists. So for this hour, let's all in this space try to just pause in this time of COVID social distancing known as the Great Pause by some. Let's try to just pause and be with each other. To know that we are part of creation, part of a larger whole, part of a bright, burning, eternal flame that cradles all of us with its brilliance and warmth. So notice that flame today. Be that flame, and let that flame guide you. So I invite you, if you wish, to light a candle for yourself and to stop and to listen for that still, small voice. It is the holiday season, in case you haven't noticed. And this is a season of complex truths, if there was any, for so many. Some, I'm sure, are excited. Some are disappointed that they won't get to see family this year. Some are dealing with loneliness and sadness. Some are mourning the loss of never having a holiday season that truly was meaningful to them to begin with. Some want to run away from this time of year, run away to the second week in January where it's all behind us. Some desperately want this year to be normal, just like it always has been. But we know that this year will not be normal. So how can any of us celebrate a season of light and hope and miracles this year? How can we celebrate this year when the daily toll of people lost to the coronavirus reminds us not of the miracle of life, but of the fragility of life every day, when so many people are seeing their light go out every day? We may know that death has always been a part of life, that people die every day, but the amount of people dying every day who did not need to, is difficult to fathom. Such a loss on such a scale is almost too much to process for us. And so maybe we take refuge in detaching a little bit from what's going on and trying to go about our lives like everything is normal. All of this is overwhelming. That is normal. We are living through something incredible and unprecedented for most of us. It's normal to need to detach a little bit, to need to take care of yourself a little bit, to pause a little bit. I am feeling from so many people that they feel less productive or distracted. Are you feeling that way? If you are, it's okay. Of course you might be feeling that way. Are you feeling sadness? Or are you feeling angry? And I just want to say to you that it is okay. Feel angry if you need to. And all of this is happening at a time of holidays and Christmas and solstice and Hanukkah, when society tells us to be still and think about peace and joy and miracles. And so no wonder there is something that is not adding up in your head when you think that you should be feeling one way at this time of year and it is completely off. So where is the hope that we find in all of this? Where is the hope that we find for ourselves? We want to make sense of a situation, but even when there isn't any, we want to think sometimes that everything may happen for a reason. But perhaps we can find some meaning and some hope in something that may seem meaningless. So what can we do? The first thing we can do is to keep on going, knowing that Advent might be a little bit longer this year. It might be longer than 4 weeks, or that the sun might take a little longer to return after this winter solstice. But we can recognize that there is hope in this moment, and it is this. It is in the lesson of interdependence that we have in this moment. That this moment shows us how much we are all connected to one another, and how much we need each other. And that, yes, this moment is an opportunity for stillness, an opportunity for us to take care of ourselves, to see this time as a time of Sabbath, to stop and pause and find our own stillness and moments of spiritual deepening and nourishment for ourselves. To know that it is okay to do nothing, that we care for each other and ourselves by doing nothing, by staying home right now. But we can recognize our interdependence by doing nothing right now. And perhaps we will remember in all of this that death has always been a constant companion of life, and that people have always come together around death to support each other. Or maybe we will simply just pause to remember and experience the eternity that is always in this present moment. Remember the flame that reminds us of the potential eternal energy that exists in everything, in all of us. The stardust in all of us. I do know that this season of light, we need to reflect on fire and light, to remember that fire contains the multitude of mystery and wonder that is life. Maybe that is all the hope that we can find this year. That this time of forced stillness will be like a contemplative darkness, like coming from a womb that will eventually open up to a bright flame that allows us to see how things truly are. That life is a precious and precarious gift, a brief flash of light that can be taken at any time, but that our light is part of a greater flame that has been burning since the beginning of time, and that we each carry for a brief time that flame and that light that was passed on to us and that must eventually be passed on to others. May we let it shine in each of us and never let it go out. And because in times like these, the only thing that I can think sometimes to do is to light a candle. This candle. May we each carry the light and never let it go out.